Good afternoon and welcome to George Washington High School. I promised you we would give you guys some 3A action. Look at this beautiful view we have, and it's the Sage Standout Game of the Week. It's a flex game, but it's between two of the top contenders in the 3A. It's McKee, Staten Island Tech, and A. Phillip Randolph. So again, good afternoon. This is Andre Johnson back again with the call. It feels like I was just on the call just a few hours ago for that crazy game between Tottenville and E Hall. But it's all about the 3A now. APR is the team everyone has an eye on. Semifinals last season. Can they make the next step? McKee, they're a team, dropped down from the 4A, 2-0 start. And let's get into the players to watch. And for APR, it's all about their man, Ahmed Torre. Now, of course, when you think about APR from last season, it was all about Travis Gamble. He transferred, went down to Florida, and they got a new man transfer in, Ahmed Torre. He's been tearing up the league so far. So you know he's going to be the key man for them. And another transfer that they got, and that was from Mount St. Michael. We saw him in the Move the Chains Rising Stars game, and that's Jair Edwards, He is a absolute force down low. Him and Rock make a great combination in the middle of that defensive line. And in the key for APR and the key for McKee, which is kind of funny, the key for McKee is how they deal with those two monsters in the middle of the defense. So if we talk about the players to watch for McKee, it's all about their star men, David Knight, the quarterback, and number 2, everyone knows him, Sin K. Thomas. David's number one job is how can he get the ball to Sin K? How can he operate the offense? The last time I saw McKee, they were up against Port Richmond, and they did a pretty good job in that game. Of course, Port Richmond is a team battling for the playoffs in the 4A. And McKee did a very, very good job against them. I see my guy Dre in the chat. See my guy Dre in the chat. How we doing? Doing a bit of scouting, aren't we? A bit of scouting to see who you guys have to compete with. So it looks like APR is going to start with the ball. So we're getting ready for kickoff. Hopefully you guys enjoy the view. I mean, George Washington High School, man, up here in the Bronx. We're in the Bronx, right? No, Washington Heights. Up here in Washington Heights. Listen, they were killing me yesterday because I didn't know what part of Staten Island I was in. Listen, I blame it on me being from Long Island, man. So I know it looks a little blown out. We're just battling the sun. Dre, I feel you. Literally just trying to recover from last night still. I mean, just an unbelievable ending. But it's all about McKee, and it's all about APR here. That's a live ball, but that's a great job from Mr. Perez. Able to jump on that for APR, and they're going to start with pretty good field position at about the 30, let's call that the 36-yard line. So first 10 in 10 for APR, and their quarterback, Emmanuel Opoku, is going to lead his offense. He's going to hand it off right away. That's a good stop from number 20, but that's a pretty good gain for APR and their star man, Ahmed Torre. So second down. Manny's going to call. That's Mr. Torre up the right sideline. That's a gain of about 20. Ahmed Torre, he was the player to watch for a good reason. This is going to be a 1st and 10 for APR here. And that was a quick pitch play to Torre. Hands it off this time to number 3. Good job from number 7 from McKee. Don't have a number 7 on the roster, but that was a good stop there. Second down. Let's call it 2nd and 11. Manny in the shotgun. Hands it off to Torre, but that's a host of Seagulls there. Great job from Dominique Perez. I'll credit him with the stop. 3rd down. Let's call it 3rd and 8. My guy Nappy in the chat. Lincoln 34-0 over Tech. Tech did not have their starting quarterback today, so that was unfortunate for them. It's all about the 3A here. Manny's looking to throw for the first time today. Throws it out to the flat. That's number 4. But again, another great tackle. That's Ethan Cohen. And on the reception, that was Christian Torres. Oh, there's quite a bit of sharks in the chat. Coach Mack, what's the word? So he's going to bring it to a 4th and 1. I don't see the APR offense leaving the field. So a 4th and 1. Manny hands it off to Torre. Has a lane up the right, and that's going to be an easy first down. Ahmed Torre, it's been all about him so far. So another first down for APR, keeping this drive going. Have the ball on the 14-yard line. Manny in shotgun. Torre to the right of him. Manny to the calls. All number up the right. And he's going to be within the 5-yard line. So right now you see this APR offensive line. They have a big advantage right now. Now, if you tell me they're back, so Brooklyn Tech was on their 3rd string quarterback today. I mean, that's just terrible luck. Hands it off right to, no, it is going to be a pass, and that ball should have been intercepted by Ethan Cohen. That play could be proven to be huge, as that we have a 3rd and 1 now. Liz, thank you. I'm going to put that. I don't know how I didn't have 7 on the roster. So it's a 3rd and 1. They can still get a first down here. Manny hands it off to Torre. breaks the tackle, reaches for the end zone, waiting for the call. It looks like he's down at the 1 yard line, so it's going to be first and goal for APR. So I got you. So number 7 is Dalton Cherubin. That's why I love having the chat. First and goal from the 1. APR trying to punch it in here. Manny calls his own number. Touchdown, Cougars. First score of the day goes to APR. A 1 yard touchdown for Emmanuel Opoku. And the kick is up and is good. So our score is 7-0 APR. Carl saying I don't get up down too often. I mean, I used to live in Westchester. But yeah, I'm definitely not good at telling when I'm in Washington Heights versus the Bronx. Could someone educate me, please? No, but we're on 108.
The Bronx starts at 2:15.
Oh.
The Bronx starts at 2:30.
Excuse me. I didn't even realize it started at 2:30.
Yes, it does. 2:30.
Hey, let's stop the clock. Let's focus on that, please. Stop the scoreboard. So you guys, please forgive us. There is no on the field scoreboard, so we're just really estimating with the official time. Let's reset it to 8 minutes. I think that was about a 4-minute drive. But again, your guess is as good as mine today. So APR kicking it off for the first time today. 7-0 lead. Manny is also the kicker. And that ball is taken, and he's going to go down right away. Great coverage, great tackle by Anthony Petrie of the Cougars. So it's going to be a first down and 10 for the Seagulls for the first time today. And it's going to be the first time seeing their quarterback, David Knight. So my analysis early is McKee needs to figure out a way to slow APR down as far as the run goes. I mean, they might have ran 9 plays there, maybe 1 play for less than 3-4 yards. So the defense has to make adjustment, and that is their bread and butter. You have to try and take away the other team's bread and butter. You can't get killed by what they want to do, especially at this high level of football. So here's David Knight in at quarterback. He's going to hand it off to Mckee Thomas, and that's a great tackle by Ahmed Torre. A minimal game. Call that 2nd and 8. So Mckee Thomas had a fantastic junior season last year in the 4A. Now he's a senior alongside David Knight. That was a false start, and they do call it. So it's going to be second. We're going to call it 2nd and 13. So 2nd and 13. My guy Nappy, really appreciate you, man. From UPS, the $5 super chat. And that's a high snap over Knight's head. He's able to recover it. He should just throw it away, but no, he just gets tackled. All Manny had to do, all David Knight had to do is that if he saw anyone, a running back, someone, just throw it to him, and he could have prevented a catastrophe. But at least he was able to recover for McKee, Staten Island. So it's going to be a 3rd and forever. I mean, the first down, I think, is near the 42-yard line. So let's call this a 3rd and 40, man. Nappy, really appreciate you, man. Guys, donate some more to help my geography fund so I can learn the neighborhoods of New York City. All right, on the 2-yard line, they're just going to run a sneak, try to give their punter some room. So it's going to be 4th down here. Again, a catastrophic start for McKee. What number is it? So again, there are 3 phases of football. You have to be able to execute the punt here. So important for McKee. What a catch! But he has to punt it, man. You have to just punt it. Number 3, Rafael Guerrero, made an amazing play to catch the ball with one hand. But it was a 4th and 40. He just had to punt it after he caught it. So it's going to be a turnover on downs officially, and APR have a short field to work with. 1st and 10. So a 1st and 10 for the Cougars, and there is going to be, was there a timeout? No, they have to wait for the chains. Interesting here how they stopped the play to get the change set. Maybe they should have did that last night. Anyway, if you know, you know. All right, 1st and 10 for Manny. Hands it off to him. That's actually number 3. He's going to try to get into the end zone, runs out of room. Great run from Zaire Jones. Close to within the 10-yard line. Carl, really appreciate that, man. I wish I could put your chat on the screen, but this is not the right platform. So really appreciate you, man. Trying to put on. So it's 2nd and 1. Hands it off to Ahmed Torre. Weight room touchdown. APR. Soo! Great celebration. All systems a go for APR. Manny with a touchdown, and his backfield mate, Ahmed Torre, with a touchdown. Kick is up, and it's blocked. So our score will remain 13-0 APR. So we're going to reset it to 4 minutes. So again here, man, this is a big game here for McKee. Two of the top contenders in the 3A. And you can't come off. I know it's a long trip from Staten Island, but you can't come off the bus not ready to go. You know, mental errors, not tackling well, and now you're behind 2 scores early in this game. But the good thing is there's plenty of time. Is Rafael Guerrero. Shows a little bit of strength there. Drags the players about 5 yards down to about the 40-yard line. Yeah, TW in the chat. You know, this is what this is all about, you know. What's different about live and why live is so important versus, you know, just recording the video and posting it after is what a live broadcast does is it inflicts an emotion into the viewers. You know, there was almost 800 people watching the E Hall Timeville game last night, right? That created such a buzz around the city. You don't get that buzz just hearing about what happened or watching it in a video afterwards. So that's why what we do is so important. So they're going to hand it off to Mr. Guerrero. Gets a good block on the edge. Has some blockers in front of him. Up the left sideline. Still going. And that's the most positive play of the day for the Seagulls. Rafael Guerrero. So it's a 1st and 10. McKee, Staten Island Tech is finally in APR territory. Nappy, before I say that publicly, I need to talk to an Erasmus Hall coach. I need to confirm that because I don't want to put out false information. So it's a handoff. That's Mckee. Great stick from Savion Stansbury. Nappy, on the live stream graphic, I had them having a timeout. Sometimes we're not correct, so I need to confirm that before Monday. But McKee, that's the focus here right now, led by Coach App. They're finally getting into a bit of a groove now. David Knight in the shotgun. Sends Mckee next to him. Bad snap. Oh, wow. That was a really strange play. You know, great play by Rock. Great play by Christian Torres. But it was almost like they were waiting for him to pick the ball up. I thought they were going to jump on the ball, but kind of a strange play. So, yeah, it's, again, another just huge negative play for McKee. So it's 3rd down, 3rd and forever. 1st down is the 30-yard line. Let's just call it 3rd and 20. Turf Dome, really appreciate you. 3rd and 20. Sends a man in motion. David Knight's going to have to go into the air. Pumps it. It's going to be a screen play. That's the number 7. And that ball stripped on the ground. Who has it? It's the Cougars again. I think I saw number 8 on the strip there. We're going to get the replay ready for you guys. But again, just another huge play for the Cougars. Again, this is territory that APR is used to. They played in so many big games last season. And I'm not saying McKee didn't do the same thing, but, APR was in this 3A division. That 3A, I call it the gulag. You have we'll talk about it in a second. Manny looking to throw, throws it up. A great catch from Zaire Jones inbounds. So it sounds like that is the end of the first quarter. Yes, that is the end of the first quarter, and it was all A. Philip Randolph. Our score is APR 13, Staten Island McKee nothing. And this Sage Standout Game of the Week is sponsored by APR. So we are going to go to a quick video.
Computer science is something that I'm taking in as a class, and Robotics Club helps me learn a lot about coding with robots and drones and STEM overall. So it will help me with problem solving and a lot of things in my career when I take over that in college.
One of the things that's great about Randolph is that we not only form relationships with students, teacher, student, but teachers are also encouraged to form partnerships with the community so that we engage in strong scientific practices. Many of my students attend Cooper Unions. Others do drone soccer with the Opus Dance Theater companies.
We are back. You see, we got the ability to have some commercials, too. I mean, come on. Sponsors, talk to me. What Dr. Umar say? Donations. We got it all here at Sage Media, man. Coach Mack, when Move the Chains got a commercial, man. Come on, we got to step up. So first down for the Cougars here. Hands off to Zaire. Excuse me, that's Ahmed Torre, and that's another touchdown, APR. Three possessions, 3 touchdowns. But is there a flag on the play? How come? No, so take that off the board. There was a flag on the play. Our score is still 13-0. So it's going to be a 1st and 20. Pretty sure it was a holding. Ball is on the 18-yard line. It is actually 1st and goal. Excuse me. It is 1st and goal. Hands it off to Zaire Jones here on the jet sweep. Breaks a tackle. Brings it down to close to the 5-yard line. Second and goal from the 6-yard line. And guys, let me know how was the volume too loud on the videos? Let me know. I'm not exactly sure how loud the volume is coming in. It might be coming in a little louder than me. So second and goal from the 6. And it looks like that is a timeout, APR. So, again, this game is sponsored by A. Philip Randolph. So we're going to take a quick break.
So it all started during the Summer Bridge program where I was introduced and I was able to visit the Sophie Davis CUNY School of Medicine, and the school continues to go on to have a relationship through the Gateway to Medicine program.
If you're looking for the best, come to Randolph. If you're looking for a place that provides a home for your learning, that gets you through and understands your individual needs, this is the place. We not only have strong academics, we have strong sports programs. And you will get offered an extremely well-rounded academic experience if you come to Randolph. Make us your first choice.
And we are back. You see Coach Perlow in the huddle. I mean, it's been easy street for the Cougars so far, man. Everything they've dialed up has worked. Coach Perlow, he was a champion in the Class B division a few years back. But you know what Coach Perlow wants. You know, just like you guys are saying in the chat, Coach ducks no smoke, man. He drove all the way to Long Island to go face off against one of the best teams. I'm going to say they are one of the best teams in New York State at this point. Chaminade, after a big win over Stepinac. You know, he didn't duck any smoke. Hold on. Call him Cody. I should ban you. Ads is wild. Yo, how you think we keep the lights on over here, man? So second and goal. Hands it off. I mean, he's just going to walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Ahmed Torre. There is a flag. Let's see the call here. Was the call after the touchdown? I mean, that play was a little changed. Call him Cody. You know I'm messing with you, man. So it does look like that was before. Yeah, so you got to wipe off that touchdown from the board. It was a penalty on APR, so they're shooting themselves in the foot. Been in the end zone twice. Yeah, listen, guys, you know, no one loves commercials, right? Of course, you know, we live in an age where, you know, you can buy Hulu, you can buy a Netflix upgraded package to have no commercials. But, you know, from the broadcaster's point of view of it, you know, they're essential to keep the film, you know, the business going and to make sure I can be here in Staten Island, up in Washington Heights, you know. Manny calls his own number. I mean, APR is doing whatever they want. It doesn't matter if it's second and goal from the 18-yard line. They're just going to rip off a gain of 16. Oh, man, McKe needs a timeout. So it's third and goal. Third and goal. Manny calls his own number again. Untouched into the end zone for the third time on this drive. Touchdown, A. Philip Randolph. No flags on the field this time. That is Emmanuel Opoku's second rushing touchdown of the day. Mac, enjoy the rest of the day, my guy. Going for two, fakes it, flips it up, and is it going to be incomplete? So our score will remain 19-0. A. Philip Randolph. If you guys are not already, please consider becoming a YouTube member. You get access to member-only broadcasts. You also get access to custom chat emojis. Again, in the month of September, we had 2 member-only streams, so you pay $7 for 2 games. Ain't so bad. October, we're trying to get 2 or 3, maybe even 4 member-only streams. So make sure you guys tap into that. And, of course, on Monday, there's only one place to be at 7:15. New York Football Talk. Jared Faluzzi from Uzi Sports /Newsday. E from TYJ Visuals. And, of course, myself, Andre Johnson, representing Sage Media Solutions. Guys, let me know in the chat. I am considering, honestly, having a 4A show and a 3A show. Like having a 4A show on Monday and then a 3A show on Tuesday, because we're going to be there for 3 hours on Monday. It's going to be a squib kick, and it's going to be covered. Let me know what you guys think. I can actually do a poll in the chat, can't I? All right, I'm going to worry about that later. I might put a poll in the chat for what you guys think if I should split it up. So it's a 1st and 10. Seagulls looking to get something going in their offense. Yeah, because I really the ribs and chicken hashtag is crazy. If you know, you know. That's why you got to tap into the podcast, because if you don't, you'll know why that is so funny. All right, here's David Knight. He's going to hand it off to number 7. Tries to get the edge, but no go with number 27, Mr. De Los Santos, on the stop. That was Dalton Cherubin on the carry. So a 2nd and long. Let's call it 2nd and 12. And McKee, kind of a slow pace, down 3 scores. David Knight under center. Hands it off to Sinkay Thomas, and he's tripped up. I'm going to credit that to number 8, Mr. Ba. Third down and 12. McKee has only thrown, have they thrown a pass? I think they've thrown 1 pass. Battle of 2 undefeated teams in the 3A division. It's 3rd and 12. David Knight fakes it, gives it number 7. Great job from number 9, Mr. Winston, just holding on for dear life. And Mr. Cherubin couldn't get his engine started, and it's going to be another punt for the Seagulls. While we're here, I want to give a huge shout out to Stuyvesant High School beating Truman last night. If you guys don't know the significance of that, Truman is a team that finished in the semifinals of the 3A last year. And for Stuyvesant to get a win last night, that is just so huge for them. So huge shout out to Stuyvesant High School. 3-0 Stuyvesant High School. Another huge shout-out, of course, to Sheepshead Bay Sharks. Pretty sure it was a 40-0 victory. And another shout-out to James Madison going to Utrecht and winning. And here come the Cougars' red-hot offense. It's going to be a 1st and 10. Perez, yeah, I see what you're saying there. Maybe the bad snap kind of took the wind out of the sails of McKee. But again, this is a top-tier matchup. If you want to swing in the heavyweight division, you have to be able to take a punch and come back.
Tell that man to move away from my camera.
Hands it off to Ahmed Torre. Makes a man miss. And that's going to be a nice gain right at midfield. Cookie in the chat. Make sure you tune in on Monday. We will break down all of the action from last night. Can someone do the math? How many points were scored in those 2 games on Sage Media last night? Close to 200, right? 200 between the Eagle game and the Tottenville game. There's a flag. There's going to be a false start on APR. So what? There was over 100 points? No, I guess we're just under it, right? Because there were over 100. There were about 100 points scored in the Eagle JFK game. Was it 59-37? So no, we're just under it. So maybe 57-42. Yes, I am not just under 100, right? Yeah, so just under 100. I just embarrassed myself on live TV. So around 150 between 2 games. Absolutely incredible action. We have some more incredible action here. Hands off to Zaire Jones. Up the left sideline. Has a nice hole. And he has some speed. And nothing but green in front of him. Touchdown APR. Zaire Jones joins the party, and he gets a touchdown. Let's go to the replay here. I mean, again, they blitz, but they get the edge sealed. And it's just speed. As I am more athletic than you, I'm blowing past you. I have a date in the end zone. Can't be late. Touchdown APR. Zaire Jones. Now let me tell you guys something. From the perspective of Coach Perlow and the Cougars, this is a statement, man. I see you guys talking about Sheepshead Bay. I see you guys giving flowers to Stuyvesant, talking about Truman, talking about Madison. Don't forget, we are the heirs to the throne of the 3A. We were one of the 2 teams that finished in the semifinals. Fort Hamilton and Brooklyn Tech moved up. So it's only right that we move into that spot. It's a huge statement so far. A near perfect first half for APR. And the offense is still on the field. They're going for 2 here. They're going to toss it to number 10, Mr. Joseph, and he's just going to walk into the end zone, man. There is a flag on the play. Yep, and that's holding on APR. So we have to redo the 2-point conversion. Huge shout out to Derek Betances. I didn't get a chance to watch the Eagle versus JFK game yet. Excuse me. I did not get the chance to watch the Eagle versus JFK game. Obviously, I was at the Tottenville It's zoom out the camera. It's a field goal. Kick is up, and it's blocked.
Another flag. Zoom in on the white hat.
So that roughing the kicker? Running into the kicker? So we're trying this again? Yeah, huge shout out to John F. Kennedy. I saw that being a high scoring affair. I thought Eagle would be able to score. I did not anticipate JFK being able to score that many points. So again, what I always say, 4 wins is going to get you into the playoffs. And JFK has some winnable games in front of them. So don't count out the Knights in the 4A playoffs. So it looks like the offense is on the field. Maybe? Yes, it is the offense. They are going for 2 here. It's still the 2-point conversion, or the PAT, technically. Manny sends a man in motion. He's going to call his own number, and that's a great play from Ashnan. Good stop there, and that's going to prevent the 2-point conversion. Our score will remain 25-0 APR. And we're going to go to a quick commercial break. It's the first time I'm able to say something like that. It's kind of cool.
Besides being a youth leader here in the school, I am a part of the school's drama club. I participate in the National Honor Society. I play for the varsity football team. I'm also a part of the Pathways to Engineering program. All little things around the school I like to be involved in just to make sure I get the full Randolph experience, because in all, it is an amazing experience.
And we are back in action. That's pretty cool. We got producers we got commercials now, man. Moving up in the world, man. So here we go. 25-0, getting close to the 4-minute warning. Of course, the clock on the screen is the unofficial clock. Manny's going to kick a little pooch kick. Kind of in no man's land. Someone needs to get that football. Picks it up. That's Mckee Thomas. He's dangerous. And he's going to bring it to the 45-yard line. Nappy, I hope you're saying that. I think those commercials are great, to be honest with you. Those are some high-quality commercials. Okay, there you go. Yeah, your message just came in. Yeah, they're legit commercials. They are great. Shout out to A. Philip Randolph. So 1st and 10. McKee, Staten Island Tech trying to get something going in this game. Hands off to Sinkay. That's a good way to start. Calvary in front of him. And that's going to be about a 12-yard game. Very positive from the Seagulls. So it looks like there's a flag on the play. So a personal foul on APR. Don't know what that could have been. Oh, was it a targeting? Did they call it a targeting just now? Let me see. I'm just going to go back on my phone. Did they call it targeting? If I didn't see that being so much of a helmet to helmet. Yeah, I'm not sure what the call was. But McKee won't care. Great field position now in APR territory. David Knight in shotgun. Looking to throw. Looks left. Throws left. That ball is caught. Big stick from Isaac Suazo. But great job from Rafael Guerrero holding on to the ball. 72 reasons I disagree with you. I think they have the alignment correct. You got to put the two teams that were in the 3A championship in the 4A. I think it's only fair. So, unfortunately, didn't see who called the timeout. I could only imagine it would be McKee. McKee has the reason, has all but the reasons to call a timeout. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Feel part of something bigger than themselves. They're part of a family, they're part of a team, they're part of a community, and they get to represent that community and that school wherever they go.
One amazing thing that is just really super unique about A. Philip Randolph under Principal Fanning's leadership is the college counseling office. We have Questbridge scholars this year. We have student headed to Princeton. But the uniqueness of the model is that students are the college counselors, that they're building the capacity within the student body, training them how to counsel other students and to assist them in identifying a college that is right for them.
And we're back, getting back into the action. It is 2nd and 6. David Knight looks to the right. Throws it into the end zone, one-on-one. What an interception from Zaire Jones. That's how you high point a ball. Let's go right to the replay. It's my man versus your man, jump ball, Zaire Jones. That's a beautiful high point. They can score and they can defend. APR. So it's a 1st and 10. Again, McKee, Staten Island Tech just can't get anything going. The 2 times that they've been in APR territory, it's been 2 turnovers. And it looks like that could be a timeout APR. So I'll be back in 1 second. All right, sorry about that. Just had to go adjust the camera. That sun was really bothering me. So it's going to be a second down for APR. And that ball's on the ground, and McKee gets their first break of the game. Whoa, I thought they landed on it. Who has it? McKee was there first. And it is McKee ball, but there is a flag on the play. The defense for APR is coming onto the field. They are switching the balls. So I don't think the penalty is going to affect. Oh, the penalty? Interesting. They're walking up.
Where's the white hat? He called something already.
So the McKee offense is coming onto the field. I'm trying to see if it's a penalty on APR. No? Okay. So it's going to be first and goal. Let's call it right on the 10-yard line. McKee in business here. Fakes it. Looking to throw into the end zone. Touchdown! McKee, Staten Island Tech. Number 5, Chris Spiro Costas gets on the board for the Seagulls, and boy, did they need that. So David Knight to Spiro Costas. So is that the injection of a life that can spur the Seagulls to get back into this game? Hand off to Sin K, and he gets into the end zone. So our score is 25-8. And you love to see that. Listen, you're down 25, but it's only the first half. If I'm not mistaken, the Madison was down. Was it 26 or was it 21-0 against Truman? And Madison stormed their way back into that game. So it's not time to X out the live stream yet. Coach App, very, very good coach. So let's see if McKee, Staten Island Tech can capitalize. Well, they were able to capitalize, but let's see if they can keep the momentum going. A score is only good if you can come get a stop right after. And that's been the department McKee has struggled in. Liam Clay Nicholas squibs it, and a good job on the recovery from Laquan Bruce, 1st and 10. Again, there is no in-arena scoreboard, so the clock is always unofficial, but today it is super unofficial. Now let's see how APR reacts to a little bit of adversity. It's just a sprinkle of adversity, but let's see how they react. 1st and 10. Manny calling his own number, and what a play by number 20, Dominique Perez. 2nd down. It looks like that's a timeout. Didn't see who took the timeout, but it's a TW in the chat. This is something I always like to remind people, right? So asking about, low to mid-tier teams in the 4A. The 4A in the PSAL is more than E-Hall, Tottenville, Lincoln, and Curtis, right? Yes, those are the top teams. When the big dogs play each other, it's incredible. I love those games. Had almost 800 people watching. But there is a full story to tell, even it's not all about who's getting first, who's getting second. Who's going to be that 5th team. Last year it was South Shore. Right now it looks pretty good to be Eagle Academy as that 5th team. There is a full story to tell. The race for that eighth seed. So even though these teams might not be able to compete for a championship, they still add a ton of value into the top division. And there is an injured player on the field. So we enjoy the scenic views while we have an injured player on the field. Here at Sage Media, we like to, take the limelight off of the players who they're having an issue. So Lamira saying it's Dominic. Give me a number. Am I saying someone's last name wrong? Give me a number and give me a team. Cookie in the chat. Why? they're in the PSAL. They're fine. The Catholic League. Shout out to the Catholic League. I am an alumni of the Catholic League. Went to Kellenberg Memorial. It's a great league. So is the PSAL. And Nappy in the chat, that's a discussion that people have, like, oh, should they make another division? I say no. The Catholic League has 8 teams in their top division. I mean, it's okay. It's not like there's a ton of parity, especially right now. Iona Prep has been running things, and if it wasn't Iona Prep, it was St. Anthony's running things. And for a stretch of time, Stepanak and Cardinal Hayes were swapping who wanted to dominate the Catholic League. So having a smaller division versus having a bigger division, Catholic League they might only have 7 in their top division. PSAL has 14. Obviously, the PSAL has maybe twice the amount of teams in their league versus the Catholic League. So, it's a little harder to manage. I do think, though, this is the best alignment they've had. I really think that previously when it was the Cup division, the Bowl division, and the Championship division, I really think we needed 4 divisions because there was like 30 teams in the Cup division. I do think, shout out to the PSAL, I do think this 4-division lineup is the proper way to go. Let me guys know what you think in the chat. Okay, so someone told me, so number 20 is Dominique Perez. Oh, you're saying, it's Dominic. Yeah, I was saying Dominique, excuse me. Thank you for that. All right, so it was 1st and 10 for APR. Looking to pass. Manny throws it deep. That's the Mr. Suazo, and he brings it in. Isaac Swazo making a highlight play. So we have that replay queued up, but APR is keeping it going. No, they're not. It's first and goal. And wow, that actually was the last play of the half. So we're going to show the replay. Isaac Swazo. I mean, honestly, I'm going to call that a head tap, to be honest with you. Beautiful catch, beautiful concentration from Isaac Swazo. But that's going to bring us to the end of the half. Our score is going to be 25-8. APR with the lead. This is Andre Johnson. So we're just going to overlay, we are going to overlay the clock. And I'm going to just position it, some live editing. I'm going to position the clock in the bottom. So we will be back in about 10, I'll put 12 minutes on the clock. And we're going to loop. We're going to loop those commercials. So again, make sure you subscribe, leave a like. Again, this is the Sage Standout Game of the Week brought to you by A. Philip Randolph High School. We will be back.
Y'all thought I was finished? Y'all thought it was raining? Flexing on these niggas, I'm like Papa on the spinach. That's my team, I'll say the captain, I'm lieutenant. I'm the top can, the mid-captain, grind like a bro. That little guy, my little bitch, she'll ride like my ghost. I'm riding around my city with my hands strapped on my toes. Cause these niggas want me dead, and I gotta make it back home. Cause my mama need that pill money.
Computer science is something that I'm taking in as a class, and robotics club helps me learn a lot about coding with robots and drones and STEM overall. So it will help me with problem solving and a lot of things in my career when I take over that in college.
One of the things that's great about Randolph is that we not only form relationships with students, teacher-student, but teachers are also encouraged to form partnerships with the community so that we engage in strong scientific practices. Many of my students attend Cooper Unions. Others do drone soccer with the Opus Dance Theater companies.
So it all started during the Summer Bridge program where I was introduced and I was able to visit the Sophie Davis CUNY School of Medicine, and the school continues to go on to have a relationship through the Gateway to Medicine program.
If you're looking for the best, come to Randolph. If you're looking for a place that provides a home for your learning, that gets you through and understands your individual needs, this is the place. We not only have strong academics, we have strong sports programs, and you will get offered an extremely well-rounded academic experience if you come to Randolph. Make us your first choice.
I moved from a charter school to a public school, and I was never a big fan of change, but I grew to learn that stepping out of your comfort zone does yield results, and you'll find those results here at A. Philip Randolph Campus High School.
Besides being a youth leader here in the school, I am a part of the school's drama club. I participate in the National Honor Society. I play for the varsity football team. I'm also a part of the Pathways to Engineering program. All little things around the school I like to be involved in just to make sure I get the full Randolph experience, because in all, it is an amazing experience.
Feel part of something bigger than themselves. They're part of a family, they're part of a team, they're part of a community, and they get to represent that community and that school wherever they go.
One amazing thing that is just really super unique about A. Philip Randolph under Principal Fanning's leadership is the college counseling office. We have Questbridge scholars this year. We have student headed to Princeton. But the uniqueness of the model is that students are the college counselors, that they're building the capacity within the student body, training them how to counsel other students and to assist them in identifying a college that is right for them.
Computer science is something that I'm taking in as a class, and robotics club helps me learn a lot about coding with robots and drones and STEM overall. So it will help me with problem solving and a lot of things in my career when I take over that in college.
One of the things that's great about Randolph is that we not only form relationships with students, teacher, student, but teachers are also encouraged to form partnerships with the community so that we engage in strong scientific practices. Many of my students attend Cooper Unions. Others do drone soccer with the Opus Dance Theater companies.
So it all started during the Summer Bridge program, where I was introduced and I was able to visit the Sophie Davis CUNY School of Medicine, and the school continues to go on to have a relationship through the Gateway to Medicine program.
If you're looking for the best, come to Randolph. If you're looking for a place that provides a home for your learning, that gets you through and understands your individual needs, this is the place. We not only have strong academics, we have strong sports programs, and you will get offered an extremely well-rounded academic experience if you come to Randolph. Make us your first choice.
I moved from a charter school to a public school, and I was never a big fan of change, but I grew to learn that stepping out of your comfort zone does yield results, and you'll find those results here at A. Philip Randolph Campus High School.
Besides being a youth leader here in the school, I am a part of the school's drama club. I participate in the National Honor Society. I play for the varsity football team. I'm also a part of the Pathways to Engineering program. All little things around the school I like to be involved in just to make sure I get the full Randolph experience, because in all, it is an amazing experience.
Feel part of something bigger than themselves. They're part of a family, they're part of a team, they're part of a community, and they get to represent that community and that school wherever they go.
One amazing thing that is just really super unique about A. Philip Randolph under Principal Fanning's leadership is the college counseling office. We have Questbridge scholars this year. We have student headed to Princeton. But the uniqueness of the model is that students are the college counselors, that they're building the capacity within the student body, training them how to counsel other students and to assist them in identifying a college that is right for them.
Y'all thought I was finished?
Computer science is something that I'm taking in as a class, and robotics club helps me learn a lot about coding with robots and drones and STEM overall. So it will help me with problem solving and a lot of things in my career when I take over that in college.
One of the things that's great about Randolph is that we not only form relationships with students, teacher, student, but teachers are also encouraged to form partnerships with the community so that we engage in strong scientific practices. Many of my students attend Cooper Union. Others do drone soccer with the Opus Dance Theater companies.
So it all started during the summer bridge program where I was introduced and I was able to visit the Sophie Davis CUNY School of Medicine, and the school continues to go on to have a relationship through the Gateway to Medicine program.
If you're looking for the best, come to Randolph. If you're looking for a place that provides a home for your learning, that gets you through and understands your individual needs, this is the place. We not only have strong academics, we have strong sports programs, and you will get offered an extremely well-rounded academic experience if you come to Randolph. Make us your first choice.
I moved from a charter school to a public school, and I was never a big fan of change, but I grew to learn that stepping out of your comfort zone does yield results, and you'll find those results here at A. Philip Randolph Campus High School.
Besides being a youth leader here in the school, I am a part of the school's drama club. I participate in the National Honor Society. I play for the varsity football team. I'm also a part of the Pathways to Engineering program. All little things around the school I like to be involved in just to make sure I get the full Randolph experience, because in all, it is an amazing experience.
Feel part of something bigger than themselves. They're part of a family, they're part of a team, they're part of a community, and they get to represent that community and that school wherever they go.
One amazing thing that is just really super unique about A. Philip Randolph under Principal Fanning's leadership is a college counseling office. We have QuestBridge scholars this year. We have student headed to Princeton. But the uniqueness of the model is that students are the college counselors, that they're building the capacity within the student body, training them how to counsel other students and to assist them in identifying a college that is right for them.
Computer science is something that I'm taking in as a class, and robotics club helps me learn a lot about coding with robots and drones and STEM overall. So it will help me with problem solving and a lot of things in my career when I take over that in college.
One of the things that's great about Randolph is that we not only form relationships with students, teacher, student, but teachers are also encouraged to form partnerships with the community so that we engage in strong scientific practices. Many of my students attend Cooper Union. Others do drone soccer with the Opus Dance Theater companies.
So it all started during the summer bridge program where I was introduced and I was able to visit the Sophie Davis CUNY School of Medicine, and the school continues to go on to have a relationship through the Gateway to Medicine program.
If you look,
and welcome back to week 3 of the Sage Standout Game of the Week series. Our score is 25-8. A. Philip Randolph with the lead over McKee Staten Island Tech. This is Andre Johnson on the call with you guys today. Third game of the weekend. And it's a pleasure to be able to bring you guys this game, man. It's been all APR, 2 rushing touchdowns for Emmanuel Opoku, 1 touchdown for Ahmed Torre, and 1 touchdown. It was a nice jet sweep to number 3, Zaire Jones. And for McKee Staten Island Tech, their lone touchdown came from a David Knight pass to number 5, Chris Spiracostas. So guys in the chat, behave. You had your 10 minutes of fun. Please behave in the chat. Yeah, so the key to this game, is going to be, can McKee stop APR? As simple as that. They have not been able to stop what they love to do, and they love to run the ball. They love to hand the ball to Mr. Ahmed Torre. They love to hand the ball to Zaire Jones. We saw an excellent catch from Isaac Suazo at the end of that half. So Coach Perlo trying to prove to everyone that they can throw the ball if they need to. So McKee, they're going to get the ball to start the second half, and it's going to be important for them to strike early. McKee was only able to score after the fumble from APR. This is a long run-up for a kickoff. I have to admit, that's like a 20-yard run-up. Oh, that's a nice catch from number 10. Good hands. Eric Kaiser, great hands on the kickoff. So it's going to be a 1st and 10 for Staten Island McKee at the 40. It's called the 41-yard line. Let's go at the 42-yard line. So 1st and 10. Let's see what Coach App has drawn up after halftime. Shotgun for David Knight. Takes his snap, looking to throw. Throws a quick route to Mr. Guerrero. Good job preventing any yak from Isaac Suazo. Looks like Rafael Guerrero is definitely one of the main targets in the passing game. Second down. Probably a 2nd and 5. David Knight sends a man in motion, sends another man in motion. Mr. Guerrero Could have faked the handoff to him, looking to throw. Tries to escape, still on his feet. David Knight, balls on the ground, and more catastrophe for McKee. So let's go right to the replay here. And that big hit was from number 11, Anthony Petrie, excuse me. And that was recovered by number 58, Jair Edwards. So first down, 1st and 10 for APR. Manny's going to keep it himself. Good job from number 20, Dominic Perez on the tackle. So second down. Let's call it second and 6. Manny hands it off to Mr. Torre. Has a lane. Look at the man go. Up the left sideline, Ahmed Torre as advertised. When you talk about athletes in this 3A division, Madison has at least a couple of them, a handful of great athletes. Sheepshead Bay has some of the best athletes. And then Ahmed Torre here, he's definitely on Player of the Year watch in the 3A division. Hands it off right back to him, but this time Mr. Cherubin says, "Sir, slow down a bit." Ashton also in on the tackle there. So it's a 2nd and 15. So let's see if Coach Perlow is aggressive here on a 2nd and long. Fakes the handoff, tries to escape. And that's an incomplete pass intended for Lord Winston. 3rd and 14. Yes, Ahmed Torre is a transfer from Cardinal Hayes. Came to A. Philip Randolph to complete his senior season. And they got a gem, man. You know, the big story about APR is how do you replace Travis Gamble? And the answer is you can't. Travis Gamble is such a tremendous athlete. And that looks like it's going to be a timeout APR. And just a reminder, guys, become a member of the stream. Become a member of the YouTube channel. You know, we were able to flex in another game. Only supposed to be 2 games this weekend, but we made it 3, partly because of the 60 members that have already joined in our first 3 weeks of having this member-only perk. Not only do you get access to custom chat emojis, but there will be more member-only broadcasts starting again in the month of October. So if you don't want to miss any action, become a member of the YouTube channel. Manny looking to throw, steps up, throws it deep, and good pass defense from Rafael Guerrero. So it's a 4th down. And the offense is still on the field. Manny takes a snap, looks left, throws left. It's a screen to Mentore. And what a tackle from Cypress Cook. After the fumble, the McKee defense steps up and brings the ball back to their offense. So it's a 1st and 10 for McKee, Staten Island Tech. So a 1st and 10. David Knight in shotgun, sends a man in motion. That's Mckee Thomas looking to throw. That's to Mr. Guerrero, and he can't hold on to it. Was it intercepted? Ooh, I thought it was intercepted for a minute. Second and 10. David hands off to Mckee. Stiff arms, close to the 1st down. About a gain of 5. So hurry up offense here. It's a 3rd and 5. No, call it a 3rd and 3. McKee rushing to the line, hands it off to Mckee. Has enough for the 1st down and more. Mckee Thomas showing you why he was a player to watch. I love this from McKee. Really giving their team some energy here. Changing the tempo. So it's a 1st and 10. Hands it off to Mckee, and guess who was in the backfield? Zaire Edwards. He came to APR from Mount St. Michael. He's also a player on the watch for Defensive Player of the Year in the 3A division. It's gonna be a 2nd and 13. Let's see if the Seagulls go through the air here. Yes, they do. David Knight looks left, pumps it, throws it deep. And that is caught from Mr. Guerrero. Rafael Guerrero, excellent grab. So, trying to see if there is a flag or not. It doesn't look like it, so. So it's going to be a 1st and 10 for McKee. My guy GG in the chat. David Knight pumps it, tries to throw the screen. It's an incomplete pass intended for Mr. Cherubin. 2nd and 10. Yo, GG, what game you? I didn't see you in Staten Island last night, GG. Let me know where you were. So it's the 2nd and 10 here. David Knight hands it off, and guess who in the backfield? Zaire Edwards. He's the first man there. That's a loss of about 1, probably 2. Let's call it a 3rd and 12. So a 3rd and 12 for the Seagulls, and they tried the double handoff. They had a lot of room, but it's a false start on the Seagulls. My guy, Nappy, I do have something scheduled tomorrow, and it's sleep. Know what? I can't even sleep because I have to watch all these games for Monday. Take notes and all that. It's homework. I gave myself homework, man. Having a business is literally giving yourself homework to do. You think I just go to the podcast, turn on the camera, and chop it up with Jared and E? Nah, man, I got to do my research. Graphics to make. Oh, Lord, I have so many graphics to make. But shout out to the fans, man. So it's 3rd and 17. David Knight in shotgun. Sends Guerrero in motion, going to hand it off to him. And he's going in the wrong direction. Great tackle from number 10, Jason Joseph. So it's a 4th down. It's called 4th and 20, honestly. And the McKee offense, down 25-8, is going to stay on the field. The first down is the 10-yard line. David Knight drops back, looks left. He's going to throw it up. And that ball is incomplete, and it's better that Zaire Jones did not catch that, as that's going to give APR better field position. Great stand from the defense. So 1st and 10 for APR. They have it on their own 32-yard line. And I'm not sure. Is that the end of the quarter? Not exactly sure. That could be the end of the quarter. We're going to go to a quick break. We'll be back. That might have been the end of the quarter. Of course, I don't have the official clock here, but we're just going to go to a quick break.
Computer science is something that I'm taking in as a class, and robotics club helps me learn a lot about coding with robots and drones and STEM overall. So it will help me with problem solving and a lot of things in my career when I take over that in college.
So that was the end of the third quarter. Our score is 25-8 APR. Put your 4s up in the chat. There's still plenty of time left in this game. Definitely not time to log off yet. So no action, no scoring in that third quarter. 4s up in the chat. Thank you, Cookie. There's plenty of time left for Staten Island McKee. McKee, Staten Island Tech to get back into this ball game, but it all starts with getting a stop here. So it's a 1st and 10, A. Phillip Randolph. Manny hands it off. Decent game from Ahmed Torre. 2nd down, let's call it 2nd and 7. The oldest cliche in football is if you get 3.5 yards every play, you'll be good to go. Hands it off. Up the left sideline, but there is a flag. Zaire Jones, great run, had a Calvary in front of him, but I didn't even bother getting excited because I knew there was a flag. So flag on APR. It's probably going to make it maybe a 2nd and 20. Ooh, that was a big penalty. Ball's all the way back to the 25.5-yard line. Yeah, so we'll call that 2nd and 20. Hands it off. And that's a great job hanging on for dear life, number 70, Victor Oscar. Hopefully Ahmed Torre is okay. For injuries, we always like to take camera off of the young athletes. Enjoy a view of the skyline. But that is Ahmed Torre, a star for APR, who is down. So I think Mr. Torre is okay. You see him, number 0, on the sideline. He's standing up. He's chopping it up with his teammates. I think he's okay. So it's going to be a 3rd and long, maybe a 3rd and 17 here. Rel, they are missing their captain. Pretty sure that's Kenny Suarez. So Kenny Suarez and Anthony Ortiz are both out. Just a quick little handoff to Zaire Jones. So McKee is missing Justin Woody, Kenny Suarez, and Anthony Ortiz. So it's a 4th down. Let's call it 4th and 13. So a penalty if that is a personal foul, that's an automatic 1st down. Oh, no, that could be more catastrophe for McKee Staten Island Tech, man. And that will be a 1st down for A. Philip Randolph. Yes, Rel, one of those players is a captain. So another flag, and that might be on the sideline. Yeah, I think they might have gave it a penalty to Coach App. Yeah, so this might be essentially a 30-yard penalty. 2 back-to-back personal fouls for the Seagulls, man. Just can't catch a break in this ball game. The men from Staten Island. So it's a 1st and 10 for APR. Manny Koning's own number, big hole. And then that's an 11-yard gain. Manny Opoku. So another new set of downs. And it's time to say it. Tick, 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 tick. Still on his feet. Gain of 5. Tough running from Opoku. And this is not where you want to be. And that actually is all the way. That's the 4-minute warning. So, again, of course, our clock is not official. There is no scoreboard here at James Washington, or the scoreboard for James Washington is turned off. George Washington, excuse me. And APR is doing what they do best, bleeding the clock out. So we'll get that scoreboard fixed. So we know. Shout out to Lana. You're doing a good job. You can't take everything so personal, man. Oh, man. Always a good time with the Sage Media staff, man. Shout out to Zoe, Lana, Ray, and Lewis. So it's a 1st and 10. Excuse me, it's 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Let's see if the Cougars can punch it in here. Manny, hands off to Zaire. Zaire is going to walk into the end zone again. Is there a flag? Yes, there is. Holding APR. Good thing as a commentator, you got to save your voice. You know, I just did back-to-back games. I did 2 games in 12 hours. You got to save your voice sometimes. I knew something in me knew not to get too excited. Something in me. So we're going to do it again. 1st and goal, this time from the 19-yard line. Yeah, Coach Jay, maybe they're running the clock because that definitely felt kind of fast. So it's a 1st and goal from the 18-yard line, and that is a false start on APR. So make it 1st and goal from the 23-yard line. Coach Perlow, what do you have in your playbook for this? Mr. Perez, I really appreciate you. And honestly, Dominic Perez, he did his thing. You know, we'll talk about it more on Monday, but I definitely think this defense lacked a bit of bite today. But Dominic, he was definitely there trying to provide it. So 1st and goal. Manny calling his own number. Calvary in front of him. And he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, A. Phillip Randolph. 23-yard touchdown for Emmanuel Opoku, number 3 on the day. And let's get right into it. I love the play design. Had 3 fullbacks ahead of him, essentially. And look at the strength and the determination from Emmanuel and the balance. He said, Dre, you're talking about Ahmed Torre being one of the players of the year. You better put me on that list too, sir. And called the game. Yeah, all right. So it was revealed clearly that it was a running clock because we just went from 4-minute warning to the end of the game. Thank you for watching. This is the 3rd game of the weekend. APR is going to take it 31-8 over McKee Staten Island Tech. Make sure you guys follow the Instagram page. We are going to have the player of the game interview up on that later today. This is Andre Johnson. Appreciate everyone for watching. Make sure you tune in on Monday as we break down all of the action on New York Football Talks. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys.